We are broadcasting from Studio 23 here in the Sanctuary Office Towers in beautiful Boca Raton, Florida. Hour 1 brought to you by Landmark Cinemas. In Landmark Cinemas Now, Last Breath, starring Woody Harrelson, Simu Liu, and Finn Cole. Heart-stopping story of deep-sea divers and a true story. Catch it tonight at Landmark Cinemas. Hey, Benny Hebert probably won't be doing that, though, because he's still celebrating. Benny, what's going on? Looks like your phone's going off. You're a champion again, bro. It's never gets old, does it?
Oh, no way, man. No, incredible. I mean, it's hard to believe it happened. I was saying, you go to those events prepared, and we've had a great season. We're one of the top teams in the world getting there, and you always think you're going to win or you should win. And then when you do win, you're a little bit in shock and you can't believe it because you go to those things so many times and you don't win. But yeah, when we did, it was like I was saying to my teammates, I felt like it was my first Brier or my biggest win. Like I was just as excited that time as I was for my first one or any other big win. So still got that fire burning, and winning is still a lot better than losing every day of the week.
Well, I'll walk it back. Benny Hebert of Team Jacobs, the Montana's Brier champions of the weekend. They won it Sunday night in Kelowna for Benny. It's your fifth, and I was incorrect. I thought this was your first post-Kevin Martin Canadian Championship, but that's not true. So you've won 5 Briers with 3 different skips. Am I right on that?
Yeah, I won 2 with Kevin Martin. I won one on my 24th birthday. I won when I was 25. And I won one with Kevin Cooey in 16 and 19. And then this one with Brad Jacobs in 25. So pretty special and lucky to play with a lot of stud curlers and great skips that have taken me along for the ride. So it's been amazing.
Yeah, a 6-year drought in between, though. You had so much success when you were young. Let's be honest. And I've known you since before that. You probably thought you were going to win 30 of these damn things, man. And this last 6 years probably feels like 30 years in between.
Well, yeah, and it's tough. And, in those 6 years, we lost. We were number 1 in the world 2 of those years. We lost 2 finals and 2 semis. So, it's a couple shots at the high level, like how small it is between winning and losing. Like we easily could have won a few of those Briers in the between, and, it didn't go our way. And this week it went our way. So feeling, those losses make the wins so much better. And that's kind of why I'm feeling super fortunate that we were able to get the job done.
There was some drama in the final Sunday night. Can you talk about this championship, making everybody sweat a little bit, Team Jacobs fans?
Well, I mean, the drama is that the other teams are really damn good. If we were able to go out and blow everybody out of the water, wouldn't that be nice for us? And, I'm sure that would be nice for our family and friends. But, Brad Gushue is a 3-time defending champ for a reason. Matt Dunstone, great team. They're high up in the world rankings. They've had a really good season, and all 3 teams were playing great. And yeah, it came down to last rock. And, if there's ever a way to win, certainly for the celebration, I've probably watched the celebration 30 times on my phone. It's just kind of laughing and giggling at how awesome it was. And there's other times when you're up 3 or 4 coming home and you already know, and it's not quite the scene. But obviously when you win on last rock and you don't know what's coming, and then you can see all the emotion fly after that, it was pretty special. So we were lucky to be able to do it that way.
Tony in Cochrane, Alberta, writes in. He says, Ben, the Kevin Martin years was some of the best curling I've ever seen. Is that a fact? Would you go along with that?
Well, our team was. I mean, the game has really gotten a lot better since then. There's so many deep teams. I mean, I would say our Kevin Martin team was really special. I would say we were just a little bit like ahead of the curve. And now there's probably 10 teams that are as good as that team was. But during that time, how good we were playing and our leadership we had with Kevin and the athleticism with myself and Mark and Johnny Moe was amazing. We were pretty stacked. But since then, there's been a lot of teams come along that would have given that team a good run for their money. But, I'm getting towards the end of my career here, and I've played in a few different eras, and I've been fortunate enough to win in all of those eras. And the game's changed a lot, and you have to evolve as a player. And I got to do things a lot differently today than I did back then with Kevin if I'm going to stay competitive and stay good at 41 years old. So that was special. I learned a lot from Kevin. He's maybe goes down as the best curler of all time, and I loved playing with him, and I was fortunate. But the guys today, we would have been in tough against a lot of the teams today.
Shane in Deer Valley writes in. He says, congrats, Ben, on win number 5. Let me ask you this. I saw your post about, let's go get the Worlds now. I've long heard from the curlers that the national championship, the Brier and the Scotties, is bigger than the Worlds. Or is that wrong? Did I mishear that?
No, I mean, for me, I never really grew up wanting to be a world champ. I mean, because you come from Saskatchewan and not being in Alberta so long, like the Brier is Canadiana, it's huge, and the Brier sells out every year. We're playing in front of a packed house. We sold out the Saddle Dome, we've sold out Rogers. We were smaller arena this weekend, packed. The World Championships moves all over the world. So if the Worlds was in Canada every year and packed and had that same aura, I think you would hear that differently. But when you go to the States or you go to Switzerland or other places and there's nobody there and it's crickets, that's kind of why I think it doesn't have the same aura. But the competition of the Worlds is equal or harder to the Brier and the Scotties. Now, these world teams are really, really tough. Like, we have to go there, and if you win a medal, gold, silver, bronze, that would be a huge accomplishment. We're certainly going after the top one. That's kind of where we always want to be. But we're going to have to work hard leading up to those World Championships and be ready to play.
You teased the end of your career, not me. Let the record show you brought it up. Are you going to be like every pro athlete that they're going to have to drag with a team of horses off the ice? Or are you going to pull a Peyton Manning and the very few that just go, toodaloo, I'm out? Have you thought about it?
Oh, yeah, I've thought about it a little bit. I would never ever. I mean, my mind wouldn't be good enough to play if I wasn't good enough. Just not wired that way. I'd be miserable, and my wife would kill me. So, no, I'll be stepping out stage left when it's time for me to go. I won't be getting cut or being told to leave. I'll know. And the reason I'm still playing, even at 41, I know I'm older in the sport, but I'm in good shape. I'm still sweeping hard. I'm making a ton of shots. And honestly, I feel like I'm as good as any front end lead player there is out there. So, and if I wasn't, I'd probably already be done. To be honest with you, I got a whole bunch of things on the back burner waiting for me to coach my kids, and I got a job, and there'll always be something in curling for me. I love the sport. I definitely would want to stay in the game in some aspect. But nothing can quite give you the energy and the buzz as playing does. And so being on that ice and feeling those butterflies and goosebumps of winning, and nothing can really replace that. So I'm certainly going to play as long as I can, but I won't be playing until I'm wheeled off the ice in a wheelchair. I'll tell you that.
Well, but here's the thing. We already know you're the greatest lead of all time. The numbers show it. It's kind of like what's left to prove. But again, it's like you never get tired of winning. So I get it. I totally get it. Listen, we got to run. We got to do this again because some questions have come in. I just got to get quick your take as the football fan that you are of Bo Levi Mitchell. I said he should win MVP because he was the MVP of the CFL last year. I don't even like the guy. And as you know, it's mutual. But he didn't win it. Were you ticked about that like I was?
Well, yeah, of course I was ticked about it. I was talking to him this morning. I was at he was sending me some pics of him in the gym. I asked him how his arm was doing, his new contract. He's excited to get going. And yeah, he had a great bounce back year. I think it's tough. I think it's tough when you're on a team that doesn't make the playoffs or hasn't produced, and if you watch that team, I think they actually had a lot of talent. Their defense really, really struggled out of the gates. And I think Bo had a couple of games that he was padding stats early to make the numbers look good. But down that home stretch, I think they won 8 out of their last 10. He was amazing. He was for sure the best player in the league at that point. I also think that there was a bunch of injuries that played for him to be able to win the MVP. A lot of other quarterbacks went down when, Bo traditionally in the past had been the one who had sat out some games due to injury. Man, he was amazing. He was healthy all year, got his opportunity, took it to the next level. And that's what I love about him. He's a competitor, great friend of mine, and wish him all the best. But yeah, absolutely, he should have won the damn MVP. That was a joke.
How about that?
I couldn't agree more. And I'm the last guy you would think would say that. Ben, you are first class. You always come on when we ask. I appreciate it, man. Enjoy, good luck at Worlds, and I hope to see you this spring or summer.
Okay, Roddy. Thanks for having me, buddy.
5-time Canadian men's curling champion and 2-time Olympian, Ben Hebert. We'll be right back with a mini overtime right after this, live on Game Plus TV, streaming live and podcasting wherever the best podcasts are found.